Okay, you guys, I'm back. See, this is what I'm talking about. My camera just turns off. I don't even know why. It's not my camera, it's my phone. And it just makes no sense. Oh, it just makes me so mad. So I have no idea how long I was off camera for. Not too long, because I usually try to check every few minutes. So I just did the dripping of the snow off of this little castle. And we're going to drip some snow off of here too. Okay, I don't like how this one, I did that one, so we'll try that off. And let's try it again. Okay. This will be a little different because this building is white in certain areas. So we'll see how effective we can be with dripping snow off of it. Okay. Let's see, we'll come over here. And what's so frustrating is when my camera turns off, I used to use the editing software with, because I knew how to use that, which me learning to use editing software is like a nightmare, because I can do some art, but learning different editing software or learning computer stuff is not my forte. So anyway, when YouTube had their editing software, you could put, you could put different videos together. So you can put, like, if I did this video, I did a part 2, I could put them together, which was awesome. But I haven't found editing software that I am very good at. The only thing I'm good at with the editing software is right now I found an app to turn it around, to flip my videos. So my videos are facing as if you guys were standing behind me looking at me work. So thank goodness I have that. So I guess I should be grateful for that, because it looks so much better when you guys can look at it from the point of view of like being behind me, not sitting across from me. So we're both looking at the artwork in the same direction. So anyway, all right. So we added some snow on on the buildings here. Make sure you guys are saying that, and make sure that I am still on this camera. Okay. I don't know if I said this or not. I am using a liner brush. And these are beautiful brushes I get. They're Mermaid brushes I get from in the craft section at Hobby Lobby. And they're like $5 for one pack. It's $5 for this pack. And you get like 4 brushes. And you can use a coupon and end up getting it for like $2 or $3. So like maybe like 3 or 4, excuse me. Let's add a little bit of more snow right here. Okay, just seeing other little places I can add snow to. I'll go add a little bit more right there. Okay. So when you do this, to do this type of work, it's just all these little small little techniques, one after the other, and it just starts creating these little fantasy worlds. I absolutely love it. I'm addicted. Okay. Oh, and the goal here is after we're done making this little fairy fantasy world, I'll put one of my, I call them Angie's Angels, which is just girls that I like to draw, whether they're angels, fairies, mermaids. And I think this is going to be the Little Mermaid. It's going to be a tribute to Little Mermaid, and she's going to go in this world. So I believe that's what I'm going to do for the Angie's Angel. It's going to be in here. It's going to be my tribute, which is my interpretation of the Little Mermaid. She'll be in this world. So, all right, so let's come back out, because I'm sure the sky now has dried. Oh, I don't have to come back out. You guys can see it right here. Perfect. Okay, so this is probably dry. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's take and try to blend in some color in that so it doesn't look like a blue line right there, right? Right. Take a little bit of this turquoise color. And I like to just use my fingers. Perfect. Your fingers are a very, very useful tool. I think always, but especially in this kind of work. And then just blend that acrylic paint right into the painting. So you don't just leave it right here on the edge where you're trying to blend everything in together. That way, it just all looks like it goes together. Okay. And this pink a little bit, I want to smear it down a little, so I'm going to take this baby wipe and go like this. Whenever you want to smear something, just use a baby wipe and you will smear. You can make mist with a baby wipe. You can start smearing things a little bit more so that things blend in a little bit more. Okay. We're going to use a little bit of this purple right here. And blend that on over. And just bring that into the sky. That looks good. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my baby wipe here and just smear a little bit. I even dipped it in the purple a little bit just to have a little bit more smearing going on, more blending. Okay, that looks good. And I dipped in the little bit of the turquoise, and let's just kind of break this whole thing up here a little bit. Perfect. Perfect. That looks good. And then just throw in a little bit of blue into here. And that looks good there. I don't really want all of this blue on the roses here, so we'll clean that up a little bit. Take it off the roses. But I like how that looks there. I am going to throw a little bit more pink. Right in through there. There we go. And we can do that same technique. I'm going to use my baby wipe again and the turquoise paint into here. Okay. Want a little more turquoise there. And then I'll take another part of the baby wipe and I will dip it into this purple, just to add a little bit more color into here. So it just looks very sky-like, right? Wipe it off of this little piece here because I don't need that all covered. That looks good. Okay. So now we've blended some things in together. Now we have the sky blended in, so it doesn't look like that white space here is, right here is gone, right? Right. Okay, so now I want to put some clouds in. I have some white acrylic paint right there. We're going to do some clouds up in here, which is going to even blend things out even more. Just a second. Okay. There we go. Just wanted to see that blended out a little bit more, and even right here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to take a stiff brush. I love a stiff brush to make clouds and also water. So a very stiff brush. And if you want like this, it can be a very scruffy type of brush too. So, let me see if I can move this over a little bit because I don't need that there. Okay. I'm not really sure. The way I have my camera set up, you know what? I got to change this over. Okay, let me move my camera over. I have my camera set up weird. Oh, okay, I'm still all right. Perfect. With how I'm sitting and my camera, it's all set up really strange. It'd be better if I could just be like right here. Now I'm sure I'm completely off camera. There we go. All right. Much better if I have my work set up in front of me. Jeez. Okay. Much better. So I'm throwing in some clouds and definitely go over that where that white line was, because that just makes sure that everything just starts looking as one, right? Okay, and let's throw some clouds in through here, like that. There we go. Also, you can do some clouds like this. Just like that. Throw in some clouds right here. Okay. And let's just throw something in here like this. Okay. And actually, I think that's a little much. So let's cut that back a little bit. Oh, I like that. I just cut it back a little bit and I left just that much there, and I like that. Okay. All right. And put a little bit of a cloud here. And a little bit right through there. Okay. And we can throw in a little cloudy here. So there's just little puffy clouds that I'm using with this stiff brush. See? So you just pounce them in. And then if you want to, like ones that are a little bit smoother, just gonna go in like this and kind of move your brush around. Okay? All right. So we threw some clouds in. Next thing I want to do is I want to, the next thing I want to do is, oh my god, I just put white paint on my drinking glass. I want to throw in like some stars, okay, or snow. These are stars or snow. In the sky here, they're going to be stars, okay? And so I'm going to use a fan brush, okay? This isn't the fan brush I normally use, but it's one of my new ones from this Mermaid collection that I got from Hobby Lobby, so I'm going to try this one. We'll see how it works. If I don't like the way it works, then I will go back to my other fan brush. Also, things that you really like, because this is a splatter technique. Move your stuff out of the way. Like my iPad needs to go away because it's about to get splattered on. Okay, so I'm gonna take my fan brush. I went ahead and took some white paint. I watered it down a little bit. Okay. And let's do some splatters. Ooh, I'm liking it. The splatters are a little bit more controlled, I think. Maybe that's just because it's not wet enough. Let's see. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, so that's giving us stars. I'm going to splatter the rest of the picture because I want there to be snow on everything. So down here it'll represent snow. Up in the sky it'll represent stars. I think that this is at this, oh, This adds the magic in these type of paintings. They make them look very angelic. Now see how I just took my brush and landed on those, landed on that bird's nose? And just wipe it off. Nice. Normally if you do something like that, you'd be like, oh my God, it's ruined. But you just wipe it off. Oh, you didn't even see it. Sorry. Anyway, let me show you guys something. What I did. Let me come back. Okay. What I did was, see the bird down here? I dropped my brush on the nose, but I just wiped off the paint, so no big deal. But do you see what the, by splattering everything, what it does? How pretty this looks? I love it. Okay, so let's go back up to the sky. And come in. Okay. And we're going to do some, the thing I always do shooting stars and little mini, small stars, shooting stars. You might throw some lightning in. We will see. I've done a lot of clouds, so I probably won't throw any lightning in. But we are going to throw in some medium-sized stars and some shooting stars. So just take some acrylic paint again. Okay, with my liner brush. This is a major thing in this type of work. I would, if I was you, I would definitely get myself a liner brush. Love it. Okay, so if you want to do this type of work, a liner brush will be awesome. So I'm just doing like 3 little flick outs. And you guys see it? It's right there. And these are the medium-sized stars. So just putting those here and there. Hey, honey.
So you're still on the World Wide Web?
Yeah. What are you doing?
I need the wood for the barbecue.
Oh my God. Kyle. My husband's about to barbecue. I'm in the middle of this video and he's like, I need the wood for the barbecue. I'm like, oh my God. How am I supposed to stop my video and go get the wood? It's not just wood. It's like, you know, hickory. Some hickory wood chips. Anyway. Kyle? I don't know, he said that and then just left. Maybe he's going to search for it himself. I'm sure he'll be back. Okay, so now we have the medium-sized stars. And now we're going to do the shooting stars. So just put a dot down and then just flick out. And then you got shooting stars. And make the sound too. Just kidding. Now, you could do shooting stars with, I'm sure somebody's going to say, you know, you can use a paint pen. Like, you know, like a thinner pointed paint pen. Yes, you can. But, in my opinion, I think you get a more of a natural, oh, that looked horrible. A natural looking shooting star with, by using a brush like this. Because you can do it and then flick out. When you use like a paint pen, even like a finer point paint pen, in my opinion, it looks too fixed. It doesn't look like a shooting star. It looks like a shooting star that you just, I'm not at the right angle to do it that way, so I'm not going to do it. It looks like a shooting star that you just took a pen and went like this. It looks too perfect. That's what I'm trying to say. So, okay, the next thing we want to do with this sky, doesn't that look cool, you guys? So pretty. Okay, the next thing we want to do with this sky is we want to throw in some birds. Okay. So, here we go with some birds. These birds are going to look like birds that are far away, not birds that are close up. Very, very, very simple. I know some people freaked out right now when I said birds. How am I supposed to do a bird? It's silhouettes of birds, just like the people I do are silhouettes of people. until I throw my mermaid. My mermaid is the Little Mermaid from Walt Disney. When I'm going to draw her and then paint her up and color her up. We'll do that as a separate video. And that's not a silhouette. That's a full-blown drawing. Okay, so let's throw in some birds. So there we go. Just coming in a little bit closer. Hopefully I wasn't too far when I was doing the stars. I even like to go over clouds and things like that because birds are everywhere, right? And the addition of black to your painting, I think, just really adds. And I kind of like to try to do the birds going different directions. Now, another thing is to get yourself like a bird that's a little bit larger, that's closer, just so it seems like you have depth in your picture. I'll do a larger bird. So I just do a body here, and then just throw in there. See? So these are some larger birds. So you just put a line down. It's hard for me to explain it. You guys can just watch me do it. There we go. And the reason I discovered, like, I was always doing the little small ones, but the larger ones, I was at the ocean in California, and I was looking at the birds far away, and I said, oh, that's their shape. And I remembered that, or I think I even took a picture of it so I could remember. If you can, you guys, always write your ideas down. When something hits you, try to take a picture of it or write it down. I take pictures all the time. When I see something I like a shape of something, I like the color of something, I like the idea. Always be taking pictures or writing your ideas down. Look how cool that looks. Doesn't that look cool, you guys? Okay, what time do we have? 22 minutes? Okay, we'll work for another 5 minutes, and then that'll be perfect too, because then I can go find the hickory wood chips for my husband. He's about to barbecue my chicken, so I should, you know, go find that for him. Okay, so let's work for 5 more minutes. Let me start touching on these roses. Let me bring my camera down. No, my camera up. Let me see. Do I need to bring this over here or the other way? Okay, and they come back out too. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the hell I need to do. Okay. And then we come in a little bit, bring this down, bring this up. There we go. So we're going to work over here. Okay, so but this rose, you guys saw, this rose goes all the way across the whole thing. Okay, it comes here and goes all the way across. This is going to be a water feature, but on top I'm going to treat it as a mountain because we're going to put little silhouettes of people up there, right? All right, so I'm not going to do this whole entire rose and make a water feature out of it and do all of it on camera. But I'll show you how to make this into a water feature slash kind of a mountain on top for these people to walk on. And then I'll finish it up off camera. When you're doing this part right here, you just want to be pretty messy about it. You don't want it to be perfect because this is like snow-capped mountains and at the top. And then in here is going to be a water feature. So it's snow on the top. Anything in the center is the water. Is a water feature. Okay. And it's your world, so you can decide whatever you want. Okay. I'm going to make this a little bit denser for this snow mountains at the top. Okay. Okay, the other thing you can do is you can go into this, the center of this rose. So I would finish on the top of here, dripping snow on this. But in the inside of this rose is where you can make it into like a water feature. You just follow, you take your white acrylic paint and just start following the inside of the rose, wherever it's at, like right here. See how I just followed that? Whatever the shape of the rose is. Okay, draw a water line in, and then just start doing driplets of water inside of the rose here. And remember, do it all different levels. I love to do that, go over other things. Like, see how I just dripped over that bird? That's starting to connect everything together in the painting when you do that. And you'll see me do that throughout the entire painting. I'll always drip water over. The splatters will go all over everywhere so that there's snow everywhere. There'll be water dripping on a bird, onto this dresser down here. It just makes everything look like it belongs together. Okay, so again, I'm going to come in here, and I'm just following like the silhouette of how this rose is, just the little crevices of this rose. Okay, like see right here, here's another like little area, another little line. Okay. Make sure you guys are seeing that. Yeah. So it's just the same thing over and over and over. And I love doing it. It's super, super relaxing. And when I'm done, I just have the most beautiful little fairy world for my girls to go in and live in that I draw. I am creating a coloring book right now because I've had quite a few people say that I should create a coloring book. So I am working on that right now. So all of the images that I draw, and if you want to buy the coloring book, you can, and then you can color the images and then make these little fairy worlds, and the girls that I draw, you can put them in your world. Or you could just get the coloring book and color the girls. Do a mixed media background, or just color the girls, period. Whatever you want to do. Like Bob Ross says, in your little world. Okay, let me see if I came over enough. Yeah, perfect. All right, I'm going to also, oh, the camera better still be on. Yeah. I'm going to come over here and just go ahead and keep following that rose up here. So we have this nice drift of snow on top of this rose, which on top, this is, like I said, is going to represent snow. And then we'll have people, like, you know, they're walking on top of this mountain. But inside is like a waterfall or a water feature, waterfall, whatever. Okay, here again, you can follow it here. And let's throw some water in. And what's so cool is these are fantasy worlds. So there never is an right or wrong, but there definitely is in a fantasy world.